You're back again.
Cannot see you.
Of course you can't. Well, let's see. Take 600. You people out there have no earthly idea how hard it is for us to get these videos done. You just can't even remotely imagine. It's like everything's up against us every fucking time. So anyway, this is formerly known as Denver Broncos Mile High View. No commercials, no bullshit. But right now, who we cover are the Walmart Generals. The team formerly known as the Denver Broncos. Well, it looks like the Walmart Generals got themselves another W for the year to start off with. What else is new? Nothing here. I'm going to say the positive things. I'll talk about there were some positive things. We're just going to say that off the bat. But I want to say this. For those of you who continue to brainwash yourself thinking, saying that Justin Simmons is anything but a paper tiger, a fraud, a fake, please watch the game. Please watch the game. He was instrumental in a lot of the Raiders' success. I'm just going to say that off the bat. So the positives, I'm going to put them out. Because, well, I want to say this first. I told you, Mr. Bucket Man, that I would not do a video if the Broncos got clobbered. I said, if they get clobbered by the Raiders, I'm just done. I mean, I'm not saying anything. They didn't get clobbered by the Broncos, but man, is there an asterisk with all the good. With all the good we may have seen, there is probably multiple asterisks. Positively, I would say Sean Payton has put a leash, at least in this game, as far as the front office is concerned. Now, what I believe is going to happen, I believe that the content creators are going to come out with the front office commandos, with their bullshit that Russell Wilson didn't throw enough bombs. He didn't throw enough bombs. That's what the problem was. He didn't. I'm guessing that again, this is all new. So they, because they're polishing turds right now. It was only a 1-point loss, and I guess on the surface, people that just watch football for entertainment's sake will probably say, yeah, it was an entertaining game, it was close. I respect that, but those of us who really look under the hood, we got a little bit different take on things. So I think one of the positives that came out is that Sean Payton had brought his tight end heavy system. We saw that play out today. And I think there'll be a lot of complaints, just my guess, there'll be a lot of complaints that he didn't go Shermer ball. My guess is people are going to bitch he didn't go Shermer ball enough. But I think if he would have done any other game plan, this game wouldn't have even been close. There would have been a lot more 3-and-outs. I felt like the fact he didn't give up on the run. I can't say anything good defensively, except they did an exceptional job stopping the run, except at the end. But throughout most of the game, they did a pretty good job stopping the run. But I think that Vance Joseph, the call for his head is probably already starting to go. But I'm telling you this, and I've said it for a long time, this is a defense begging to be passed, thrown on. It's a paper tiger. There's no doubt about that. I mean, we got to stop fooling ourselves. Only Walmart General fans are going to fool themselves with that. So that's my positive take. Russell Wilson he wasn't, holding on to the ball too long. That kind of thing. So, doing his usual deer in the headlights bullshit. So tell me what you your thoughts are. I try to be positive. I'm just giving out the positives. So go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the positives because I want to be like these content creators out there because they're always wrong and they've been wrong for 8 years. So let's just get this out of the way here. Number one, I really liked what Sean Payton did to the 50-yard line, of course. I mean, once they got past the 50-yard line, it was a completely different type of, in terms of, they needed help to score in this game. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They needed help from the refs and the Raiders to help them. And even with the help of those two entities, they still couldn't punch it in the end zone. I mean,
can I ask a question? Because this came up like in one of our takes. We had like 3 takes because everything went wrong, as they always do. So did it seem to you that it seemed like last year where the team was they were trying to help the Broncos win this game? I don't know why all of a sudden just life started taking off here. But yeah, didn't it seem like you were trying to help you guys win? Right? Every time it was there, it seemed like every key third down, every key conversion, there was some sort of a ref incident, and there was a lot of ticky-tackiness, and when it came to flags going the Broncos' way, but and then Raider, what was it? The quarterback Garoppolo throwing it into coverage and this kind of thing, the intercept. Didn't it just seem that between refs, ticky-tack ref calls, and stupid Raider stuff that it's just like every year, it's a team tries to help them win, and they still can't win.
Well, okay, so I'm going to circle back to the positives real quick. I really like the jumbo sets, how he used the tight ends, how he utilized the quick passing game. I thought that was one thing that I really found impressive, and that's the Sean Payton offense, which we've been saying for years and years and years and years, and which I've been saying since I broke down the Sean Payton film. So, for the people that gave me shit about that, I mean, you guys can go shove it, because what you saw today was the Sean Payton offense in terms of when they got to the 50-yard line. That was the Sean Payton offense. I really like how they ran the football today in between the A and B gaps. Now, another thing that I was impressed by was the run defense by the Broncos, especially the interior run defense. But yet again, what have we seen since Malik Jackson and Derek Wolfe have been paired together? We haven't seen that push up the middle, and I will get to that in just a little bit. So Russell Wilson getting rid of the ball quick, making smarter decisions, not looking like a deer in the headlights, but that also...
Didn't we say that's what he has to do?
That's what he has to do.
He can't be throwing bombs away all the time.
Yeah. Not running around with this like a chicken with his head cut off, like the other Bronco content creators are saying what he did in Seattle. That's not what he did in Seattle. And those people look like a bunch of dumbasses today and tonight. So they're the ones that you guys take a lot of your information from, and they're always wrong. The 2 people in Bubble Man who just started, the 3 people that you guys like to bury and say we don't know what we're talking about. This is the main thing out of this whole thing. And this is something that I've said for years, and this goes to Nebraska right now. As I've said this, losing teams find ways to lose. It's just that simple. This is a losing culture. This is a losing organization. Losing teams find ways to lose. It's that simple. If you can't understand that, then go listen to Preacher Man Sports. Go listen to Mile High Huddle. Go listen to 104.3 The Fan. Go listen to the fans that have all the jerseys in the world that they can give you for free on eBay. Go listen to those people, because you will continue to be disappointed. And if you want to sit here and say that, oh my God, it looked different. Really, it looked different because I saw the exact same game last year against the Colts.
Yeah, this had a lot of that Colt feeling to it, where it just seemed like the Raiders were doing everything, and the referees, let's just be honest, were trying to do everything.
Oh, absolutely. The refs sucked in this game, but let's take a step back here. You brought up Justin Simmons, which I think is an excellent point on this, because I've said for years and years and years that this guy absolutely sucks. He's overrated, and all the people that say, oh, I watched the all-22 film, but you put out highlights. Listen here, Preacher Man Sports. Let the adult enter the room. Let the coach, the linebackers coach, enter the room here. As a linebackers coach and as a defensive coach, I'm disgusted from what I saw from Justin Simmons today. I'm absolutely disgusted. If I was a linebackers coach, I would be on his fucking ass. Okay?
Yeah.
I would be on his ass because he sucks. He sucks. He cost you 2 drives. He cost you what? He cost you 2 drives in a score. The play where he tried to intercept it against Austin Hooper, a great play, but yet again, what did we see all game from the Raiders? Attacking Justin Simmons' side of the field.
Well, that's exactly. We've shown on film why you do that. Offensive coordinators see it all the time. That's why he gets attacked on the regular.
And you want to say that, and I heard this all offseason. Where was Randy Gregory and Frank Clark in this game? Edges, right? Where was Nick Burrito? Where was
Nick
all
who?
these edges? Oh my God.
Nick who? Nick who?
Randy who?
Yeah, Randy who? Yeah.
All he does is run his mouth. That's all Randy Gregory does is run his little fucking mouth.
And get the other team fired up. He gets the other team fired up. Yeah.
He gets the other team fired up, and he gets pancaked on a first down running play by Josh Jacobs late in the game.
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah. So this defense is a paper tiger. We've said it since Wade Phillips left, and when they just got rid of the linebacking and the interior defensive pass rush. This defense is overrated. Interior pass rush to speak of whatsoever on both sides from the Raiders and from the Broncos.
Well, there's a caveat. And again, like I was saying that, we haven't seen the film, but that's what scares me, because what I did see without even seeing the film, I saw a lot of flagrant holding on the Broncos offensive line that should have been called. And here's the thing. The Raiders aren't the Commanders as far as their front seven is concerned outside of Crosby. They are not. They fooled me in the preseason because they really went through the 49ers stars like a hot knife through butter. But there was a lot of holding. Powers was holding. Bowles was doing his usual takedowns. No penalty flag. The Broncos should have had a whole lot more penalty calls on that, from the offensive line. At the end of the day, the Broncos should have had a whole lot more penalties than the Raiders did, and they were holding. The Raiders did anything slightly wrong. The only thing that saved, and I thought it was a beautiful drive that they put together, but it was the only reason they had the drive was because it was a very ticky-tack penalty, roughing the kicker. Yes, it was incidental, and I've seen that not get called 9 out of 10 times. But this game, they were, even the refs are absolutely trying to help the Broncos out.
Oh, absolutely, no question about that.
Ticky-tack hold. You said you were going to do a film. You were going to show the holding on Surtain, which was, that was a gift. What Surtain did.
And again, what did the Raiders do? They attacked Surtain underneath. What have I been saying since Surtain came out of Alabama? He had I would say he had 2-3 good plays in this game. But again, Devontae Adams was coughing it up like a hot potato out there. But yet again, let's circle back to this. Patrick Surtain struggles with underneath routes. I've been saying it since he's come out of Alabama. And let me just say this to the folks that want to say that, oh my God, this defense is legit. The missed tackles left and right. It's missed tackles left and right. That's the Vance Joseph defense. I've been saying it ever since he came to Denver. His defense is missed tackles left and fucking right. That's number one. Number two, I am very disappointed by the Raiders and not attacking the middle of the field, because what did we see when they got those big plays? They attacked the middle of the field on Simmons and on that play with that slant route to Jacoby Myers, who got hit by Jackson there, who got another 15 yards because he knew he fucked up. But they attacked the middle field late in the game. I found that was something that's going to be key in the next game against the Commanders. But they didn't do enough of that. And as a linebackers coach and a guy that really predicates coverage linebacking, I do not like Josie Jewell and Alex Singleton in coverage. When they're going forward and they're going straight ahead and they're stopping the run, excellent. I like that. But again, sideline to sideline, covering the middle, covering your hash, they're not good. And this defense, what we've been saying all along is they, like you said, chopped liver, they are a defense that is begging to be thrown on. And it's proven time and time again. Now, I want to talk about this offensive line.
Hold on a second. Let me just stop you there for a second. I think that that's last year why you had like the Titans and Ravens wanting to throw the ball so much, because that defense it's begging to be thrown on.
Correct.
And and that's why they wanted to start experimenting. But I want to also say that Josh McDaniels came in with the game plan that he was going to say, okay, we're going to predicate our receivers against your corners and safeties. So they're really, for the majority of the game, there was no emphasis on targeting the linebacking. That may change next week when the Commanders come, but I'm just saying, I just think if they would have attacked the linebacking a little more in this game, that would have gave them more offensive time of possession, which I think would have been more points scored.
One thing I'm getting really sick and tired of, chopped liver, is watching the same product on the field for 8 years, and we have fans in this fucking community that defend this shit.
The one thing that's different, this is different this year that I have to admit, is the utilization of tight ends. The utilization of tight ends.
I would say the utilization of tight ends in certain packages. I wouldn't say consistently. I would say in certain packages they utilize them in a way that we haven't seen in a couple of years. I will say not since Scangarillo. I don't think we've seen it since Scangarillo. That's number one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I just want to circle back to this point. Anybody that wants to say that the Raiders suck, okay, hold on one moment. When Raider fans are talking shit and you guys get all butthurt, they have every right to talk shit. Because all you guys do, Bronco fans, not all Bronco fans, some Bronco fans, all you guys do
follow the content creators.
Yeah, all the content creators and, these morons that don't know football, but here we go. Because we have to go through this another year. When you guys continue to talk your shit, you're pissing every team and every fan base outside of your fan base off. And when they're panning over to the stands and Bronco fans are leaving and you have Raider fans in the stands talking all the shit and you have Raider players talking shit to Bronco fans and Bronco players, I mean, I was going, yeah, because there's a reason why. Not because I'm a Raider fan, because you guys deserve this shit. You guys deserve all this fucking talking back from opposing teams and fans.
They asked for it. They begged on their knees. Please give us. Yeah. We're going to take it up our hind end. Please do it. Gregory, what did you do before this game? He talked crap. Yeah.
What did Sean Payton?
It just never ends with these people.
Shit. What did Gregory?
I want to see a product on the field.
Yeah, I don't want to hear chirping in the offseason, which we've been hearing for 8 years. I'm done with it. And
I'm telling you, had these referees did their job and called the holding, like Powers grabbing the guy's shoulder pad, I mean, yanking it up in the air like
you have Bulls clotheslining.
Yes, taking down. None of it was called. If all this would have been called, their offense would have been on the field a whole lot more, and I guarantee you, the score would have not reflected a 1 point difference.
Bronco content creators and Bronco fans, it was so easy for the Raiders to move up and down the field on this defense. It was with ease. They had no problem doing it. And the Raiders wanted this game because they wanted to shove it up your rear end when you're getting in a 3-point stance, and they wanted to shove it up your rear end. You guys wanted this shit. You guys ran your mouth how we're going to the Super Bowl AFC Championship game. Just wait till you see the Commanders D-line. Wait till you see that D-line. And the offensive line, I see Cushenberry getting owned. I see the only consistent offensive lineman I saw was Quentin Miners. That's it. McGlinchey's getting beat. Bulls is getting beat. Powers is getting beat. And I love the Ben Powers pick, but yet again, he's regressed because where did he come from?
All I'm saying is that Bronco fans, they can ignore it all they want, but
That's all you guys do. That's all you guys fucking do.
They were lucky that really a lot should have been called on that offensive line.
Oh, for sure. And
I don't think the Commanders are going to put up with that. I don't think they're going to put up with it.
Oh, dude, I don't think the Commanders are. I don't think the Jets will. Oh, you know the Jets are going to want to come in here and kick our ass. Dude, I'm just telling you right now, I think today the Broncos got so lucky in terms of what they were given, but the defenses that we're going to see coming up, oh my God, dude. I don't think they're going to, I think you're right. I don't think they're going to put up with this shit. I don't think they're going to do it. I just don't. And the refs, I don't understand. I got to call out the NFL for this. NFL, why do you keep fucking giving the Broncos breaks when the other teams, they have to play pitcher perfect just to fucking get up and down the field, but you gift the Broncos every fucking thing that they're given, and they still can't score. That's why this is a losing culture and a losing franchise for a reason. It's been a losing franchise for 8 fucking years. 8 years.
Yeah, it's what do you do? I mean, I see where Sean Payton brought in his tight end heavy set. I think that works really well for them. But the fact is that, again, I can't get around the fact what I saw, it should have been called. I mean, how long can they let this offensive line get away with egregious? I'm not talking ticky-tack holding.
D-line getting no push up the middle.
Oh yeah. Again, another year of that. And granted that, yes, the Raiders do have a good offensive line. Well, you spend all this money with this edge stuff, and who, quite frankly, was the guy that was brought in from Arizona coming up the middle. Now you've got better up the middle, except for one in pass coverage. You have nothing on the edges. All that energy is spent.
Well, let me just say this. You bring up the point about the offense. You were talking about something egregious on Sean Payton's part, where he accepted a penalty and it went to 2nd and goal instead of 3rd and goal.
Yeah, now that's where, again, if you're the Raiders, you should have attacked the linebacking right there.
Oh, my God.
That's when you should have attacked the linebacking.
I know.
So they're giving, and again, they were given two, and the Raiders were given 2 opportunities.
Absolutely, for sure, yes.
Yeah, and the Broncos dodged a bullet because Garoppolo threw it in a crowd.
And let me just say this to both quarterbacks: there was no pressure to speak of, so they had all the time to throw the football. Specifically, Russell Wilson. But what happened when they were actually getting to Russell Wilson and they were actually covering the receivers? You saw holding onto the ball, and you saw the same old Russell Wilson. I mean, that fumble should have been a fucking fumble. That fumble,
absolutely.
That should have been a fucking fumble.
Absolutely.
He ran into Marcus Peters. He ran into him.
Well, it was the question. And then was he out of the pocket? Yeah. No. Yeah, he did run. Yes, he did run into. Yes. And it was again, that was because he did that. He touched him. That's what he did. But you had, like I said, you'd had Powers grabbing the shoulder pad and stretching the uniform out. Matter of fact, there was plenty of plays there. Receiver, you had Mathis, who looks like crap out there, taking a ride with the guy's jersey, and then the guy turns around like, what's going on? You're not going to flag that? And at the end, they finally flagged it. But he was doing that the whole game.
A late flag, man. And that is blatantly obvious to the trained eye. I mean, come on, Chops Liver.
Yeah, it was. That's what's scary about it.
If you are a Bronco content creator, I mean, you must have been pulling your hair out this whole entire game because Russell Wilson wasn't doing Shermer ball.
No, they're going to complain. He needs to throw the ball further down. You're going to see. It's got to be bombs away. They don't want to.
But what you saw,
you know what's really going to piss them off is all the running they did. That's what's really going to piss them off.
And look what happened when they ran the ball. Chopped liver. Look what happened when the Broncos ran the ball. They were able to sustain drives, sustain second and third short yard. They were doing what we've been saying for 8 years.
Yes. And they'll want to throw that out.
Oh, but we don't know what we're talking about. But me and you don't know what we're talking about, yet they were doing exactly what Sean Payton did in New Orleans. That's number one. Number two, they did today exactly what Scangarilla did when he was here, and Munchak. They were doing exactly what we were supposed to do for 8 fucking years. And it took you this long to figure that out. But yet again, the true test is going to be when they face this Commanders D-line and this defense in general, when they face the Jets defense, when they face the Bills defense, when they face tougher defenses, that is going to be that's going to be what I'm very curious to see what happens with that more than this game.
Well, what I'm curious about is, was this Sean Payton saying, we're going to run my system? They lost. Now it's the front office going to say, we want Shermer ball. Less running, a lot more throws. Less run. If you notice, this was the difference between what they did today and what they did during preseason. They really balanced it out. This, I bet you $50 they're getting. The word is you got to throw. Generating, in my opinion, where it's going to be more 3 and outs.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, barring the refs call them on holding.
Well, and the other team giving them opportunity after opportunity, but
yeah.
What players looks good to you today? The Sean Payton players?
I was telling you about that. It seemed like the liability out there are all Elway's
drafted
bottled little players.
Yeah. So, there's no more. I mean, come on. I mean, we should have saw this coming. We did see it coming. And the Bronco content creators that continue to having to convince, I don't understand why they try to convince themselves. I don't know. I don't get it. And it just proves once again that, yeah, we might have a fluke win here or there, but the same thing is going to arise. Losing teams find ways to lose. You get rid of a kicker in Brandon McManus for Will Lutz, who missed 2 kicks today. Now you have a kicking issue. I mean, oh my God, I haven't seen that before. So like the same recurrent, special teams. Special teams was a joke today. Oh, but you want to fire the special teams coordinator, but yet it's more than just a 12-man roster. It's more than just a 1-man roster. It's a 53 plus a practice squad player roster in your depth.
Yeah. I was surprised they brought that wide receiver up from the practice, or even put him on the practice squad. Humphrey, they got rid of him. And I was surprised that I was watching, God, what was it? Who was it? It was a Thursday night game. It was
Trinity Benson.
What's that?
Trinity Benson.
No, it was Trinity Benson got injured and he's gone.
Damn.
Lions. No, I'm talking about the marquee receiver for Detroit.
Amar St. Brown?
No, number 8. I think they're number 5 or 8 or whatever it is.
I don't know.
But they were, I can't remember it. But, I was just watching them. I was thinking, man, they don't have anybody like him on the Broncos. I mean, this guy puts a move right from the get-go. Where with our guy from Alabama there, he Dropsy Doodle. He's got to get a run. He's got to get a run. He's got to get a running start before he can put a move on. Where this guy was, just right off the bat could put a move on from the go, But they don't have anybody like that. I don't know about this bombs away that they think that they're going to do. They don't have a Javonte Adams. They don't have anybody in that caliber.
Well,
so they have to play in that Sean Payton type system. That's the only way they can really, keep staying in the game and probably win games.
I just have a hard time trusting this organization week to week to week to week, year by year by year right now because I
already don't trust the offensive line. He had all time. Look at how great they didn't do. Great. They just didn't get called for the holding, and it's against a deep line that struggled.
Dude, outside of Max Crosby, outside of Max Crosby, none of those guys feared you. You think coming in that Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat, and possibly Chase Young on that, all first rounders? You really think that those guys aren't going to put the fear of God in you? And on top of that, they also have a guy named Jamie Davis, who I was high on coming out of Kentucky, who's on that defense, who's a coverage linebacker. You think that what you saw today is what you're going to see next week with the Commanders, who beat the who won today?
Arizona, Colin. Arizona.
Yeah, who beat Arizona? I mean, come on. But they, again, I'm just curious to see what you're right. The offensive line looks like dog shit per usual outside of the running phase. I mean, they were actually able to get pushed up the middle with that run.
Yeah, yes. I always feel that they're a better run unit than by far than
in between the tackles. I feel like they're a better running team. But yet again, some of the player personnel decisions didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. They tried to do screenplays to Devontae and Michael Pirine, which aren't pass catching bad. That's why I'm saying you need to go out and find an Alvin Kamara type guy. That's why he was so crucial to the Sean Payton offense, because he was that type of receiving back. You need somebody like that. And then some Bronco content creator out there will take what I just said and say, I've been saying it all along that we need a receiving back. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to fucking do.
I know. Hijack is when it's convenient to do so. I know.
But you know what? I can't wait to dive deep in this all 22 film, because I think there's going to be a lot that the untrained eye didn't see that you and I are definitely going to find out on the all 22.
Well, I was going to mention that because the Commanders, like you said, you were talking about their elite front, defensive front.
It's elite.
And they're going to see on tape all that holding, so they're going to come up with a way that holding ain't gonna. They're not going to let you hold them.
Well, you also have Jack Del Rio, who's going to want to shove it to Elway and the Broncos, who's the defensive coordinator. And also you have Ron Rivera, who is a defensive-minded coach who's going to want to stick it to the Broncos for losing to them in the Super Bowl. So I'm just letting you know that it's not going to be easy next week either, Denver. And if you think you're going to win that game, woohoo, you got another thing.
Well, if they think that they're going to just walk in and walk out with a W, that's
just like with the Raiders, right? Bronco content creators, just like we were going to walk in and sweep the Raiders. Look how that turned out.
Yeah. You joshing? You
joshing me? Side on bullshit. I don't want that fucking shit. I don't need that gang banging bullshit.
No, I want to see a product on the field, not a bunch of pretenders.
Yeah, even when they do a rap video, it still sounds like shit.
Well, and the thing is, the Bronco front office pays for that stuff. They do.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Oh, for your Walmart Generals. Yeah, look how you sound now, buddy.
Oh, yeah. You know what he's going to say is that, oh, my God, the shows we're going to go 16-1. This game proves it's going to be 16-1. This was the guaranteed win by you people.
Yeah.
You guaranteed this. Just don't name it. You guaranteed this win.
So you guys are
guaranteed it.
If you come on this video, I just remove them because they're stupid. And this is why I don't comment on the channel, because I can't deal with stupidity. I can't. You want to come on here and talk your shit? Oh my God. There's still a lot of football left to be played. There's still a lot of headache left to be done for me. I don't want to watch this fucking team. It sucks.
Yeah, I just because it was close, I decided that I would do it. Because it was
imagine close. If it was a blowout. Could you fucking imagine? We wouldn't be on here.
No, a blowout by the Raiders, not the Broncos. If the Broncos won, we would have to be here too. I'm just letting you know that too. But
of course.
But if they would have, I wouldn't even have bothered with it. Let's go do whatever we can.
This was the guaranteed win by the Bronco content creators, the delusional ones that think that we're just, we were Sean Payton culture setting away. It's
Condoleezza Rice. It was funny. Did you see the owners? She looked pissed. She looked really pissed. The other guy looked like just a fake face.
Dude, they look delusional up there. All they care about is the new scoreboard. The one
that had the loss. Big. in big bold. Remember you said I can't wait till that loss number is up there.
Yeah, well, I can't wait for the loss number, and then they showed Raider fans on that jumbotron talking shit to Bronco fans. Oh, but this was a guarantee. Right? We're gonna go in and we're gonna kick the Raiders' ass. Okay. Good job, Bronco fans. You just made us look like
let me just ask you this question. For the Raider players, when they were behind, did it almost seem like this to you? Their attitude was like
the Chiefs every year? Like the Chiefs every year?
We're behind. Oh yeah.
We'll just go down and we'll just go down and score.
We'll just go down and score, and then we'll hold it. We'll make sure.
It wasn't even hard for them to go up and down the field on this top 5 defense, right? Preacher Man Sports. Oh yeah.
Top 5, yeah. All Vance Joseph's fault. Should I set our timer on that one? All Vance Joseph's fault?
Yeah, it's all his fault. That's why Ezra left Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, he knew what was going on here.
He
I like Sean Payton comes out at halftime. Russell Wilson looks pretty good, doesn't he? Well, he doesn't look bad. It's not. Let me just put it this way: it's not saying much to say he looks better than last year. That's not saying very much.
Wait till
when your line's holding.
Dude, I am just going to say this. What is going to happen when you face a team that doesn't make the mistakes like the Raiders, and you have a ref crew that doesn't give you that's going to be what's going to happen here. Is
eventually,
what's going to happen when you face a team that doesn't beat themselves, and when you have a ref and crew that doesn't have their head up their ass or up the Broncos' ass?
Yeah.
What's going to happen then?
I think I want to go back to that comment by Sean Payton coming out of the tunnel at halftime. I think Russell Wilson, the reason why he did look better, I think is because they were running the ball more. I think that's what made him look better by running the ball more.
Because they were getting in second and manageable, third and manageable, and they were making it easier for him to fucking do what he did.
Didn't we say that all during last season? Why don't you do that?
Yeah.
And I'm just saying that I guarantee you the content creators are going to be Shermer ball. We got to throw. I guarantee they're going to be bemoaning all the running.
They're already doing it.
Are they? I haven't heard any. I haven't tuned in.
See Salami.
Running the ball too much, right?
Yeah. We need to pass it more.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Go do that. Go pass it more. Yeah. Forget why Russell Wilson looked better. Forget that. You don't look at how the run set him up, but don't just pass more because you're such a friggin' alien with a head on it.
See Salami. Wait till you face an interior defensive line that actually gets pushed up the middle and makes Russell Wilson flustered. And when you want to pass the ball more, look what's going to happen. We'll be sitting here just like this. We told you so, but then you'll just take what we say and use it for your platform because you get paid for what you do. This guy and myself and Bubble Man, we don't get paid, and yet we're still right.
Yeah.
Losing teams find ways to lose. Let me say that one more time. Losing teams find ways to lose.
Period. End of story. Okay, so we talked about the defense sucking as usual. We talked about the offensive line asterisk. If it was doing, they were holding a lot
in pass
and not getting called on it. We talked about their bringing the running back. We talked about the positive things, bringing Sean Payton, the heavy tight end set.
Can I just stop you there real quick? You remember when we got all this shit about how Sean Payton was going to be throwing the ball and how he's going to be doing a Bill Walsh type offense? Did that look like a Bill Parsons? I mean, come on, dude.
Well, they said Bill Walsh, and then we corrected them, and yeah, I guess they're right.
Oh, Bill Parcells?
Oh, it is Bill Parcells. I guess those guys were right.
That looked like the Bill Parcells offense. That looked like the Sean Payton offense when he was in. Can I ask you this? Do the Saints miss Sean Payton?
No, they don't miss Sean Payton because they have Ireland. They got that. They got Looms. They got all those scouts. They get the players.
Yep.
Yeah, they have a tough team out there still. And you know what? I would think that Sean Payton, if he, here's the thing. My problem with Sean Payton is the, what do you call it? The bounty gate. The fact that when Breeze walked off, he walked off too. He said, I'm too good for, helping this team rebuild. I want to go someplace. And they brought that up in the beginning of this game. Well, I came here because I like the owner. I'm sure you do when they paid you more than you're worth. Sean Payton, yes, is a good X's and O's guy, but he's not worth that much money.
I ask you this: is Sean Payton a byproduct of Jeff Ireland and Mickey Loomis?
Of course he is.
He was successful when those two came in. Before he came in, he didn't have the success and longevity that he did before Sean Payton or before Mickey Loomis and Jeff Ireland got there. That supplemented his system with players that fit his system and getting the offense and defensive lines fixed.
I want to say something too. I think that some of the success that they were having outside the referees helping them out, when they were having some success, it was with, when we brought this up, I believe it was with the anti-Elway players. His players that he's supplementing here.
Yes.
Yes. Now the defense, the changes that were made with Vance Joseph bringing, in my opinion, his guy that he brought in has been the upgrade so far. It hasn't been anything else, really.
Yeah, an upgrade in run defense, but other than the interior passer, he doesn't have a guy. I like DJ Jones. I like DJ Jones a lot. But again, here's the problem with DJ.
There's no Chris Jones on the. There's no
Forrest Buckner. There's no Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen.
There's that one guy you need.
Do I need to go on? There's no Aaron Donald.
What did we see during this game? And granted, the Raiders have a decent offensive line because I want to say this too. This is something I definitely want to get out there. The Raiders were a lot like the mentality in the Raiders used to be a lot like the John Elway Walmart Generals. Edges, corners, and they just would do that. Quarterback. Finally, they decided to really hone in on their lines, at least with their offense. They did on their defense at one time, and they started seeing the results of that. And yes, the Raiders have because Josh McDaniels knows something about offensive line. That's something he really does know. And he's got players that fit that system. He doesn't have a guy from a West Coast, a guy from a power run, a guy that was given too many chances, holding, taking down. They've got real players on the Raiders. And did it not seem like when the Raiders did things, it was with ease, where Broncos, for a lot of times, if it wasn't, they weren't getting help from the refs, there was a lot of struggle there going on.
And saying that since the preseason, with the Broncos.
The only that looked good to me, that they looked like it really was working, after that
the punter,
roughing the kicker that they were gifted with. That was probably their best drive of that whole day.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really looked good. It looked effortless.
It looked smooth. Exactly. It looked effortless. It looked smooth. It was the Sean Payton offense, left, right, running it right up the middle.
Yeah, that's why you do not want to listen to Shermer Ball, Cecil Lammy. You better stick to that. Hope the refs don't throw flags on your offensive lineman. That's all I can say. That's the only positive that I saw coming out of this. Is that, but again, like we said, are they going to listen to Cecil Lammy and John Elway? Throw, don't run, throw.
To me, a lot of people will say, well, the culture hasn't changed. I'm just going to say it right here because.
Well, I'm just wondering if there's a power struggle going on there.
I'm starting to come around to that, but if that is the case, I want to see the offensive game plan that we saw today consistently throughout this entire year. If you're going to do Shermer Ball, or if you're going to do Sean Payton Ball one week and Shermer Ball the next week, there's no fucking power struggle here.
No, and that's just it. Because I was thinking about last year. Remember the Seattle game? that offense looked completely different than what you saw after that. It's like that just evaporated and went away. And then
that's not why I'm not buying into that positive that you're talking about, because I want to see it consistently.
And what did Nathaniel Hackett say at the end of it all? What did he say? I lost the political battle. So that's what I wonder, if there's a political battle that's going to be going on. We got the Cecil Lammey Elway crowd, throw. Or we're going to have Sean Payton say, no, trust my system. Trust my system. That's what I'm going to leave this with. Anything else?
No, that is it for me, my friend.
Yeah, I got to get back in, back into doing whatever, so yeah.
Get back to being a slave there, chop liver.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the film. Like I said, I hadn't looked at any film at all, but there was things I saw with my own eyeballs that, anyway, I would be still concerned if I was a Walmart General fan.
You and I will have much bigger perspective once we watch that film. We're going to find, me and you, how detail oriented we are. We're going to find out some things that the content creators and the typical, entertainment fans won't see. We're going to find those crooks and crannies that a lot of people don't want to go down. So.
No, it's easy just to say, oh, the refs got it right, when no. It was definitely home cooking going on.
Absolutely.
For your Walmart Generals.
Yep. For your Walmart Generals.
Yeah. All right. Let's go at that.
All right. Talk to you later.
If I see some things on the video, I may go ahead and post in the comment section. I don't know if I'll have time to post it.
Hopefully they don't take down my film breakdown, because I'm going to be doing one this week, so look out for that, ladies.
Make sure, and also put a link to BitChute. To try to get it up on BitChute.
If I can upload it on my BitChute channel, I can upload it.
If they're going to allow that, yes. Maybe even should try Rumble too.
Yeah. But then they're going to hear that and they'd be like, "Oh, we got to go to your Rumble and take that down too." So.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Give it a shot.
All right, we'll do.
All right, take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.